Hey guys, it's Jay. You're probably wondering, what the hell is he doing standing outside in his long underwear? Well, let me tell you, winter's coming, and it's time to start dressing appropriately. So I'm going to go through the layering system for cold weather, at least for my area, southern Great Lakes, northern Ohio, and show you what works for me while I'm out in the field. So stay tuned. All right, cold weather layering systems. It's different for everybody. We all have different experiences. Our bodies react different ways to cold weather. I can tell you that for 20 plus years, I spent my career in the outdoor industry, backpacking, climbing, mountaineering, skiing, you name it, and I was out there doing it. And so I learned a thing or two about dressing for the weather, especially when you're on the move and then when you are in camp. So you're probably saying, Jay's got his long underwear on, what's he doing? Well, it's time to start getting ready for the cold weather. So it all starts with your base layer, which is your long underwear. Your long underwear really is a polypro or merino wool, something like that, that really is designed to wick perspiration away from your skin. It's designed to be fairly form-fitting. Therefore, by having contact with your skin, when you're exerting energy, you're sweating, it helps pull that perspiration off your skin and move it into the outer layers. So therefore, you have your long underwear, right? You have a long underwear top, you can do crew necks, you can do zip necks like you see here. I'm a big fan of zip necks because it really helps you regulate body temperature. So if you're on the move and you get too warm, it's easy from going from a zip up to unzip and help vent that heat out, because the last thing you want to do is overheat. So it's incredibly important to be able to have that versatility within your base layer system. So you have that. And then on the bottoms, it can be, it can be running tights, it can be merino wool long underwear bottoms, it can be polypro, it can be silk. It's really up to you and what works best for your body, but they should be form-fitting. They should fit like a pair of tights, plain and simple. More contact with your skin, the better it wicks away perspiration, but it also the better it works with moving within a system. So when you have layers over top of it, everything's not bunching up. It's designed to work within each other. So the next layer we're going to go with then is going to be our mid layer. All right, so your mid layer, really, this is the beginning of your insulation layer. This is the layer that's designed to help take that perspiration that is moving off of your base layer, and it helps wick it further out. But now, because it's a little bit of a thicker layer, whether it's like a micro fleece or a fleece vest or a fleece jacket or pullover or micro fleece pullover, you're starting to trap body heat a little bit. Not a lot, but just enough for while you're on the move. I prefer lightweight fleece vests. It still gives me the freedom of movement in my arms, especially when you're carrying a pack or you have a chest rig on, or a chest bag, whatever it is. It really frees up your freedom of movement within the arms. So once in your core is what is really the important thing for keeping you warm. So it's helping protect that. And then on the bottoms, a lot of times in extreme cold, I'll wear a pair of fleece tights. It's a micro fleece. It's designed to stretch. It has two-way stretch, or actually four-way stretch, my bad. Designed to move with your body once again. But it's fairly form-fitting, not as form-fitting as your long underwear bottoms, but pretty darn close. But that's designed to trap that body heat too. Now, if I know I'm going to be pretty immobile for the day, I'm not really doing a whole lot, and it's cold out, and it's really cold out, I'll go ahead and put these on over top of my long underwear bottoms. So that's really that middle layer, or that lightweight insulation layer. So after that, once you get done with that layer, now we're going to go to the beginning of our windproof layer. This is the layer that really is designed to block the wind. Like today, it's a windy day today. That wind, especially while you're on the move, can really steal your body heat by blowing it away. So we need to protect ourselves from the wind. All right, windproof layer. Now your windproof layer is really going to be like a poly cotton, nylon, some sort of a barrier that is going to be breathable. So perspiration and body and your perspiration is going to be able to help, push out of it, so that way you're staying dry inside still, but it's blocking the wind. And that wind, really, all of a sudden your wind causes heat loss because it's blowing everything out of that inner system. But with some sort of a windproof layer that can be super lightweight, breathable, it's a tight knit, so it's going to be highly wind resistant or windproof, and it's going to be pretty darn water resistant, especially if you use any kind of treatments to it. That helps a lot. I'm a big fan of Anorax. It's just a personal preference of mine. Less bulk up the front, so I like that. And on the bottoms, you guys, all your combat style pants, especially a lot of the newer styles, have a high polyester to cotton blend. They're pretty wind resistant. A lot of them have different kinds of water resistant coatings or Teflon coatings. You always see the ads pop up, the dude's pouring water on it, it's just rolling right off. So they're pretty water resistant as well. But this here really creates then your wind resistant or windproof layer. So this is the layer where you're on the move, okay? Or you're in camp or whatever. But this is that you're not super cold, but you're creating body heat. You're on the go. Once again, we don't want to overheat. So even a system like this, if you're out on a property patrol, moving, I don't know, moving however fast you're moving, you are generating body heat. You are starting to perspire, especially with gear on. You have a belt system on, an LBE maybe, chest rig, day pack on, whatever it may be. You're on the go. So being able to, your body is able to breathe through it, because warm air molecules move faster than cold air molecules. So that warm air is trying to push itself out of your system, okay? So that lightweight windproof layer is allowing that to escape. But something like this, if you're on the move, 20, 25 degrees, at least for me, I'm pretty darn comfortable actually. So for most winters around here in northern Ohio, this system, the long underwear top, fleece vest, and a windproof layer, that's about all I'm wearing. I don't need much more than that. And that leads us to our big, fat, puffy jacket layer. So with your puffy jacket, the whole idea of this is to now completely trap all that body heat you've been creating when you stop. Because what happens within 5 to 10 minutes of you stopping, all of a sudden your core starts to cool down and all that perspiration within your system starts to cool down. So it starts, all of a sudden you get heat convection lost because that perspiration's starting to yank the body heat away from you. So by being able to put on a big oversized parka, it can be it can be down, it can be a synthetic, it doesn't matter. Make sure it's a little oversized so that it fits over that entire system. So here, once again, we still got long underwear on. We still have a mid layer or a light insulating layer. We have our windproof layer, and then we have our big warm layer. So if you're stopping, you get to wherever your overnight's going to be. You set up camp. You get everything all set. Now it's time to throw on your big heavy parka, and that's where this comes into play. Most of them out there pack up really small, like the size of a 32-ounce Nalgene bottle or a mini football. This one here is just a simple one from Eddie Bauer. It packs up like this, so it takes up very little space in your pack. I like to keep mine in a small dry bag. That way, just heaven forbid, moisture gets in there, it keeps that dry, which the rest of your gear, your pack should be lined with a dry bag, like a Bergen liner or something anyways. But something like this is designed to be oversized. It covers everything up. It has a huge hood to it, so you have your windproof hood, you have your big puffy jacket hood, right? So you got that whole thing set up, you zip it up, and you're good to go. So now you're in camp, your physical activity has stopped. This is what you put on, right? So that is trapping your body heat. And I'll tell you what, this kind of a setup, if you're in camp, like here, I'm at camp, I come out here during the winter time. If you're not by the fire and you're not in your sleeping bag, but you're not moving around or doing anything, and it's 0 to 10 degrees outside, you better believe you need to put this on. It's absolutely crucial. Plus, and a lot of folks forget about this or they just don't think about it, this will help actually beef up your sleep system as well. So if you're really trying to minimize what your sleep system is, make your clothing system work for it as well. So something like this is great for helping beef up that system. Next, let's talk about hats, gloves, and socks. All right, so let's talk socks first. Merino wool blends, polypro blends, doesn't matter. The important thing is making sure that they're not tight on your feet, and make sure that in your boots you have room for heavier socks or warmer socks, or even a sock liner and an outer wool sock, something, like this. Something that I like looking for in socks is I like looking for something that has a loop yarn knit on the inside, which helps eliminate friction inside, so it helps reduce blisters and hot spots, and it also helps with wicking perspiration away from your feet. So that works out really good. Also in the winter time, something else that I'll do is I will wear a pair of Gore-Tex over socks over top of my wool socks inside my boots. I'm not a fan of waterproof boots. My feet sweat too much, but if I absolutely have to have dry feet or waterproof boots, I'll use this inside of these, and that works out really good for me. So from there, headwear. So people have all different kinds of opinions on, it's really blowing, isn't it? People have all different kinds of opinions on headwear, what they want to wear. Maybe it's a baseball cap, maybe it's a boonie hat. I will tell you that for wintertime use, I had it here it is. A combination of like a neck gaiter is huge, because you can take your neck gaiter, you can wear it to warm your neck, you can pull it up over your face, right? Cover your ears with it, pull it up all the way over your head, wear it as you can wear it as a helmet liner, you can wear it underneath a boonie hat if you want to, or you can wear it as a headband. So if you're getting too warm, you can peel it off a little bit, cover up your ears, and let your head breathe. That way you help control that temperature regulation. That makes a big difference with that. So a neck gaiter is super useful. Another thing a lot of folks like to do is a balaclava. Balaclavas are great underneath the helmets. They're great for sleeping. Right, so your traditional balaclava. I know I almost feel like I need to grab an AK and have an Adidas jacket on here. So you can pull it down. You can also wear it as a hat. So now you have a watch cap on, right? So once again, super versatile, but it's trapping body heat at the same time, and you can, wear it different ways to control your heat depending upon how cold you are. Or you can just do a good old traditional, black or green Army watch cap, and you're good to go. So you have that, and then your hands. Hands are kind of like your feet, or like your body, where you can have a base layer. So I like wearing a pair of thin liner gloves like this. There's all different kinds of manufacturers out there, but they fit tight like your long underwear does. And then with those, I can wear those inside my work gloves, so that if I'm on the move and doing stuff, that ends up being a great combo for me in the wintertime, all right? But if it gets super cold, that's where we move into our big heavy mitts. So I like these a lot. These are just Army surplus, 15 bucks or whatever from the Army Navy store. They have a wool inner. It's the old lobster claw style, so that way you have your trigger finger, right? And then you have your windproof, water-resistant outer. So you pull that bad boy out, put it on. It has a built-in gaiter on the sleeves, so it covers this. But this way you can do stuff, especially when you're in camp and you're dealing with cold things and you're not generating a lot of body heat. That works out well. You're at a static defensive position. You're standing guard duty, whatever it is. These are great to be able to have. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to talk gaiters. I don't wear gaiters a lot unless it is just super pouring rain out, or we're in really deep snow. Gaiters, they're water resistant, they're windproof, they're durable, but they protect your pant legs from soaking up moisture all the way up your pants. You're out in a pair of jeans, out in the field, the grass is wet, you're going through tall stuff, and all of a sudden you get back to the house and you're soaking wet up to your knees because your jeans have wicked all that moisture all the way up your leg. This will help prevent that a lot, and it'll prevent debris from getting down into the top of your boots. So that's kind of it, guys. It's getting pretty windy. Time for me to probably pack up and hit the road again. But yeah, cold weather layering system. This is what I wear. This is what works good for me. It may or may not work for you, but definitely things in there that are worthwhile trying. So anyways, you guys take care, stay safe, keep getting out there, keep training, and we'll catch up soon. Thanks. Bye.